Camelot. Camelot. Camelot.
It's only a model.
Shh. Knights, I bid you welcome to your new home. Let us ride to Camelot!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 movie treasures.
Oh, and one more thing. It's for your dear mother to rebuild that inn of hers.
For this list, we'll be looking at the coolest and most interesting treasures that are found in movies. We will only be including one specific item or a collection of items, so things that can be sourced, like unobtainium in Avatar, will not be included. Which treasure do you wish you could get your hands on? Let us know in the comments below. Number 20. Kissin' Kate's Treasure. Holes. Adapted from Louis Sacker's beloved novel, Holes follows a group of kids at a juvenile detention camp.
So what'd they get you for?
Stealing a pair of shoes.
From the store? Or they're still on someone's feet?
No, he just killed the dude first. He just left out that little detail, right?
The kids are forced to dig massive holes in the middle of the desert, ostensibly to build character. However, the warden, Louise Walker, is actually looking for treasure buried by an old outlaw named Kissin' Kate Barlow. There's something very enticing and adventurous about digging for treasure in the barren desert. The movie nicely incorporates elements of westerns into its story, resulting in a treasure that is steeped in history and American lore. Plus, it's always nice when finding a treasure breaks a century-old curse. Number 19. Hamunaptra, the Mummy. This adventure horror movie sees two groups of people searching for the lost Egyptian city of Hamunaptra.
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Then get me the hell out of here!
Jonathan, Evelyn and Rick are looking for the City of the Dead because Evelyn is an Egyptologist and wishes to study it. The greedy Benny Gabor and his team of treasure hunters simply want to raid the lost city and plunder it of its buried riches. Of course, they end up unearthing an ancient mummy who proceeds to kill pretty much everyone. Oops! The movie does something amazing by combining our collective interests in hidden treasures and lost cities. They both scream of intrigue and makes The Mummy a modern-day adventure classic steeped in the serials of old.
The map! I forgot the map!
Relax! I'm the map. It's all up here.
Oh, that's comforting.
Number 18. The Triangle of Light. Lara Croft. Tomb Raider. With a title like that, you know you'll be getting some fun treasure.
Your seeing eye.
This movie takes its cues from Indiana Jones, complete with a treasure steeped in fantasy and science fiction. It is the Triangle of Light, and it was built by the ancient people of the light. They saw a meteor fall to Earth and built the Triangle of Light from its remains. It has the power to control time itself, but misuse of the artifact resulted in the destruction of their city. It's always fun to experience a hidden treasure movie going in this outlandish direction. They can't all be gold and jewels. That gets really boring after a while.
See a world in a grain of sand.
Number 17. The Devil's Eye. The Rescuers. There's something instinctually alluring about diamonds.
Holy mackerel, that's it!
The Devil's Eye! Benny, they found it!
If there wasn't, the diamond industry wouldn't be so lucrative. The main object of desire in The Rescuers is a massive diamond known as the Devil's Eye. It's being hunted by a pawn shop owner named Madame Medusa, who hopes to sell it and become a multi-millionaire. It is hidden within the Cave of Devil's Bayou, an old pirate's cave hidden in the swamps of Louisiana, containing all their plundered treasures. It really is a beautiful jewel, both enormous and with a dazzling purple colour. We just don't know if it was worth kidnapping a child over.
We must try harder, mustn't we?
Then please, will you take me back to the orphanage, like you promised?
Number 16. The Briefcase. Pulp Fiction. This treasure isn't so much a buried treasure requiring an epic adventure, it's more of an object of intense desire that is certainly worth killing over.
We happy? Vincent! We happy?
Yeah, we happy.
Quentin Tarantino teases his audience and never reveals what is actually inside the case. All we know is that it emits a golden light that enraptures all who gaze onto it. Of course, this has prompted countless fan theories. Some believe the case contains the diamonds from Reservoir Dogs. Others go a bit more fantastical with it and believes that it holds the very soul of Marcellus Wallace. What we can say for sure is that the briefcase is one of cinema's most enduring and discussed treasures.
I got no problem with that, Mr. Wallace.
Number 15. The Unicorn. The Adventures of Tintin. A very popular aspect of buried treasure movies are sunken ships.
I will find it, with or without your help. You need to think about exactly how useful you are to me.
Not only does the open ocean spur our sense of adventure, but the age of the ship inspires us to think of our collective history. This movie concerns the Unicorn, an old sailing ship commanded by Sir Francis Haddock.
The Unicorn was overrun by pirates, and Haddock intentionally sank her in response.
Haddock survived and went on to make 3 model replicas. When combined, they reveal the location of the real sunken unicorn and its long-lost treasures. Unfortunately, the movie ends before the characters find the unicorn, robbing its viewers of the long-anticipated reward.
Sir Francis wanted his inheritance to go to a man who was worthy of it. A man like himself, who knows the seas like the back of his hand.
Number 14. Mountain Gold. The Treasure of Sierra Madre. The classic western starring Humphrey Bogart, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre touches on the American history of gold mining.
I know what gold does to men's souls.
You talk as though you struck it rich sometime or other, Pop. How about it?
Many people went west in search of gold, and this movie examines the violent greed inherent in some prospectors. A small group of men ventures into the Sierra Madre Mountains to prospect for gold, and all hell breaks loose when they find it. They are forced to contend with bandits and each other as their greed eventually snowballs into fatal violence. The great irony of the movie's title is that there is no treasure, the gold is lost. People die, and the survivors walk away empty-handed. It's a brilliant subversion of the hidden treasure plot.
Oh, laugh, Curtin, old boy. It's a great joke played on us.
Number 13. Cash. It's a mad, 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 mad world. This movie hilariously proves the length that some people will go to for some cold, hard cash. A convict crashes his car on the highway, and a small group of people stop to help. Just before dying, the convict tells them of a stash of money he had previously hidden in Santa Rosita State Park. Complete pandemonium breaks out as the group race each other in an attempt to find the cash. The prospect of cash as a buried treasure is a unique one. It's a modern-day adventure tale without a root in old serials. There's no gold, no supernatural device, no treasure chest. Just a briefcase full of money and a group of wacky characters doing everything they can to get it.
Melville, I smell something burning.
Oh, be on fire!
Number 12. Confederate Gold. The good, the bad, and the ugly. This classic spaghetti western taps into our collective interests in buried treasure and the history of the American Civil War.
But if you miss, you had better miss very well. Whoever double-crosses me and leaves me alive, he understands nothing about Tuco.
Taking place in 1862, the 3 core characters search far and wide for a hidden cache of Confederate gold. Many historians believe that the Confederate Army stashed a large amount of gold during the Civil War, and much of this gold remains lost. In the movie, a stash is buried in an unmarked grave in Sad Hill Cemetery. Not only is the prospect of lost Confederate gold incredibly enticing, but its discovery results in the most legendary trawl in movie history. There's no thinking of Confederate gold without thinking of this movie's famous ending.
You see, in this world, there's 2 kinds of people, my friend. Those with loaded guns, and those who dig.
Number 11. El Corazon. Romancing the Stone. Released following the success of Indiana Jones, Romancing the Stone is a classic of the adventure genre. A bird hunter and a romance novelist travel in the dense and dangerous jungles of Colombia.
Now, I ain't cheap, but I can be had. My minimum price for taking a stranded woman to a telephone is $400.
It is there that they find a massive emerald called El Corazon, which is being sought by the corrupt Colonel Zolo. Romancing the Stone is the quintessential adventure movie. It has great characters, a fun and exotic location, lots of danger, and a gorgeous treasure sought by many. When people think of adventure movies, they think of Romancing the Stone and its beautiful emerald.
Jesus Christ, we're in a lot of trouble.
Number 10, One-Eyed Willie's Treasure, The Goonies. Another adventure staple, The Goonies concerns the buried treasure of pirate One-Eyed Willie.
Haven't you ever heard of that guy? What's his name? The pirate guy. One-Eyed Willie.
One-Eyed Willie!
The Inferno was a 17th century sailing ship commanded by the pirate, but it was eventually sealed inside a cave by the British Army. This cave is said to be off the coast of Oregon, and it reportedly contained many long-lost treasures belonging to Willie. Pirate ships are a very popular source of buried treasure in fiction, and The Goonies takes full advantage of its tropes. It's an old-fashioned adventure tale told in the greatest manner possible, with the search for treasure being even more impressive than the treasure itself.
Down here, it's our time! It's our time down here!
Number 9, The Pink Panther Diamond, The Pink Panther. This treasure is easily one of the most famous in movie history.
You've had it all the time. You stole the jewel yourself.
Not only does it lend its name to the iconic movie series, but its distinct pink colour ensures that it will be remembered. The Pink Panther is the largest diamond in the world, and it's owned by Princess Darla. However, it is also the main desire of the Phantom, a world-famous jewel thief who is actually prominent English playboy Charles Lytton. The treasure and the story it generates is really just an excuse to watch Peter Sellers say and do goofy things.
And you won't be heavy like this and I'll have your stripes!
But the Pink Panther itself is nevertheless a famous object that gave the world one of the funniest comedies ever made. Number 8, Gold Medallions, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. This famous series saw diminishing returns, but The Curse of the Black Pearl will forever remain a classic.
You don't know what this is, do you?
The reasons for that are many. A fantastic Johnny Depp, amazing production values, a thrilling sense of adventure, and an enticing treasure at the heart of the story. This treasure is a large group of gold medallions taken from Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés. By stealing the treasure, Captain Barbosa and his crew were cursed with immortality. They now wish to return the gold in an attempt to reverse the curse. The movie's world building is exceptional, containing a high degree of adventure and imagination. The cursed treasure story is also highly unique, brilliantly blending old-fashioned pirate adventure with the supernatural. There's simply nothing else like it.
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
Number 7, Flint's Treasure, Treasure Island. One of the quintessential adventure movies, Treasure Island was actually Disney's first film to be completely live action.
Pirate treasure man! Flint's gold! Why, everybody knows of the ships Flint plundered. That fellow must have been the only one who knew where the treasure was hid. So that's what those scoundrels wanted.
Adapted from Robert Louis Stevenson's iconic novel, it sees young Jim Hawkins attempting to find the lost pirate treasure of Captain Flint. Stevenson's novel invented many now famous pirate story tropes, and these are all present in the movie. They include tropical islands, lost pirate gold, marked treasure maps, and pirates with parrots and wooden peg legs. All the other pirate movies on this list owe their very existence to Stevenson and this Disney adaptation. Without Treasure Island, there would be no lost pirate gold to plunder.
By thunder, it makes me go cold inside to think of Flint. This one he hauled here and laid down by Campus to point the way to the doubloons.
Number 6, El Dorado, Aguirre, The Wrath of God.
Werner Herzog's masterpiece is very loosely based on the life of Spanish conquistador Lope de Aguirre.
Deswegen ist er heute reich und berühmt.
Aguirre searches for the fabled city of El Dorado, but the journey ends in disaster with pretty much everyone dead and Aguirre stranded on a raft with a group of monkeys. The real Aguirre died in Venezuela in 1561, having never found the mythical city. El Dorado has a penchant of spurring the imagination, as it contains everything that makes for a fun adventure story. It's the dense jungle, it's a lost city, and it's filled with enticing riches. It also helps that real explorers have searched for the city, lending a small semblance of credence to the story. Unfortunately, it's nothing but a myth.
Agiere will, dass die Vögel tot von den Bäumen fallen. Dann fallen die Vögel tot von den Bäumen herunter. Ich bin der Zorn Gottes.
Number 5. The Maltese Falcon. The Maltese Falcon. One of the greatest film noirs of all time, this one concerns a very valuable bird statue that is sought by many criminals. According to the opening text, the jewel-encrusted falcon was created by the Knights Templar as a gift for Charles V of Spain. However, it was later stolen by pirates and its whereabouts left unknown. The specific Maltese falcon sought throughout the movie turns out to be a fake, meaning all the violence, death and double-crossing was for nothing. The falcon is certainly an intriguing figure, and its unknown whereabouts make it even more intriguing.
This is going to be the most astounding thing you've ever heard of, sir. And I say this knowing that a man of your caliber and your profession must have known some astounding things in his time.
Like the characters, we can't help but get wrapped up in the drama and the curiosity. Number 4. Dwarf Gold, the Hobbit trilogy. The main goal of The Lord of the Rings is to destroy the One Ring. The main goal of The Hobbit is to find some dwarf gold.
The misty mountains cold, to dungeons deep and caverns old.
Before the events of the movie, Thror's hoard of treasure was stolen by the dragon Smaug. Now, Thror's grandson Thorin wants to retrieve the gold, and he employs the help of both Gandalf and Bilbo. They eventually find the treasure in the desolation of Smaug, and it's a towering pile of riches protected by the dangerous dragon. The Hobbit was written as a children's novel, and this is reflected in its simplistic story. This isn't an epic battle of good versus evil, it's just a fun adventure to find some gold.
You will take nothing from me.
Number 3. Magic Lamp. Aladdin. The magic lamp in Aladdin is one of the most popular treasures in movie history.
Part sands of time. Reveal to me the one who can enter the cave. Yes. Yes. There he is. My diamond in the rough.
The royal vizier of Agrabah, Jafar, hears word of a magic lamp that is hidden within the nearby Cave of Wonders. The lamp contains the genie and grants its user various wishes. Jafar uses the lamp to become a monstrous sorcerer capable of wielding incredible powers. The magic lamp is an enduring icon of cinema, and it remains one of the most famous images within the Disney pantheon. It's a character unto itself. Plus, it allowed us all to witness the magic of Robin Williams' Genie, which is arguably one of the greatest vocal performances of all time.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck. Hang on a second. Wow! Wow!
Number 2. The Treasure Room. National Treasure. This film, starring Nicolas Cage, is an adventure steeped in American history. The Revolutionary War, to be exact.
I'm gonna steal the Declaration of Independence.
Cage's Benjamin Gates visits numerous landmarks in his search for the treasure, including Independence Hall and Trinity Church. It's here that he discovers the treasure, a vast room filled with literally countless items and riches. It's a good reveal, but most of this movie's magic lies in the adventure itself. The promise of a vague treasure is incredibly enticing, and when it comes time for the reveal, we can't help but feel just as elated as Benjamin. All that treasure makes for a beautiful sight, and it proves well worth all the trouble.
I'm guessing that's significant.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. The Holy Grail. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. How do you top the Ark of the Covenant? It seemed impossible, and for a couple of years, Raiders of the Lost Ark remained the quintessential adventure film. And then The Last Crusade was released, and it showed that you can top the Ark with none other than the Holy Grail.
This might interest you.
Well, it's sandstone,
Christian symbol, early Latin text, mid-12th century.
The Holy Grail is, well, the Holy Grail of treasures. It's one of the most famous objects in literature and one of the most discussed items in human history. It also has an incredible power by granting its owner eternal life. As Indiana Jones proves, it's not the physical extravagance of the cup itself that proves alluring, but its history and mysticality. There's simply no defeating the Holy Grail as a treasure.
You have chosen wisely.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.